Jack app today. And by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. Well, simply a tremendous ceremony honoring the 2002 World Series champion Angels, and now Shohei Ohtani. That's right, it's showtime. He takes the hill. If you're looking for a stopper, Shohei Ohtani is the guy. As the 2002 symbol moves past our screen, we focus in on the Angels ace, 5-4, and the last couple of losing streaks for the Angels, this man has been the one to break them.
And he's the right guy for that scenario, because Shohei's all about going out there and performing at the highest level, where we saw him swinging the bat last night, or on the mound, especially those last couple times out. The go-tos for Shohei Ohtani to continue that domination is use that slider for chases. He gets a lot of swing and misses with his slider, over 40% whiff percentage, and then hits backwards throughout. In other words, when they're sitting on those secondary pitches, bring that express up to 99 miles an hour. Last time out, touched 101 miles per hour.
Absolutely incredible what he did last night. At the plate, 2 homers, 8 RBI, most ribbies for any Japanese-born player, more than Babe Ruth, and he just got hit by the baseball and the throw thrown back to him.
I know the baseball's the thing that was hurt more than Shohei.
He caught it.
As usual. Somehow he always catches everything back up the middle. He's ready now. That is your 6:59 wake-up call.
Here's the batting order for the Royals, who have taken the first 2 of the series. Of course, Whit Merrifield is playing, this time in right, followed by Andrew Benintendi. Bobby Witt Jr., look out for him. He's had a great game last night, 2 homers. MJ Melendez, Hunter Dozier, Carlos Santana had a big game last night as well. Kyle Isbell, Emmanuel Rivera, and Nicky Lopez is playing second and batting 9th. How do you think, of course, the ceremony, Gooby, was outstanding.
Oh, that was, I mean, it's goosebumps, something to think about. I know a lot of those guys and how hard they fought to get to that point to be able to have a chance of winning a World Series and closing out in Game 7 here at the Big A. The fans were unreal. They willed them to the championship, but that offense and Scott Spezio's 3-run home run in Game 6, his ovation walking out onto the field, it's just something that those guys will remember forever. I saw them earlier today. They were all talking as if they were still in the clubhouse 20 years ago.
Well, you know what it's like. You won a World Series with this Royals team back in '85, and for you, it's forever brothers, forever family.
Yep.
I mean, and you could feel that, of course, during that ceremony. Great speech there, of course, by Erstad and Tim Salmon, the defense behind Shohei Ohtani. He's had to deal with a little bit of a delay so far. Marsh, Lagares, Ward. This is an off day for Mike Trout. Off day tomorrow as well. No game. Duffy, Velasquez, Rengifo, and David McKinnon is getting the start at first. Max Stassi behind the plate. And that forms the battery with Ohtani.
That's his second career start at first base. 0 errors in 52 starts at first base at AAA. We saw him make a really nice play at first, ranging to the throwing arm side on a ball his way up in Seattle.
And we are underway. Fastball inside to Merrifield. 1-0. Merrifield got the job done in extras. The game that Isbell eventually with an infield single, credited with the game-winning RBI. Phil Nevin was clear that the game, it stung to lose. But now you have Ohtani on the hill. Hopefully pitch a great game.
That's a pretty good pitch. That's a tight slider that Max Stassi keeps that glove there. And Shohei was like thinking, okay, that was a pretty good spot. We're seeing a tight slider. Shohei's had pretty good spin on, just about average spin on the slider, but it's a solid one with that late break to it.
Swing and a miss.
That's a good separation between a slider at 82 and a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Again, pitching backwards is so important for the creative one on the mound in Shohei Ohtani.
537th consecutive game for Merrifield. Here's the 2-2. And just misses with the slider. That's Gabe Morales behind the plate tonight, calling balls and strikes.
Already showing a pretty tight zone. Although that might have been a little off the plate. That's a pretty good take by Merrifield.
Right up the middle for a base hit. Squared up. Leadoff single.
So good on pitches upstairs. He's the prototypical right-handed batter that prefers pitches elevated. Remember that hit the right field last night? He gets a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. You think you'd get a 96 by him upstairs, but no, he's a good hitter. Back up the middle. Now a stolen base threat, although it's a different beast on the mound. With Shohei Ohtani is not allowed a stolen base this season. One caught. He's only allowed 3 stolen bases in his careers in 7 attempts. That good as a right-handed pitcher. No pickoffs, but quick to the plate.
Andrew Benintendi now at the plate for KC. The first inning has been the inning for Ohtani as far as numbers against, but also a little bit of a delay. And I'm sure you've had to take the hill, or you've had to wait for whatever reason. Any impact, do you think?
Your routines change, and Shohei's all about routine warming up.
So ground ball gets past right through the middle. First and second, back-to-back hits for the Royals.
It's one of those ground balls. Maybe next year it's a double play ball.
Shift on the right side.
Breaking ball, went down and got it. Not a lot of power for Benintendi, but usually, man, you're the second baseman is right there.
So early trouble for Ohtani and the Angels. First and second for Bobby Witt Jr. First career multi-home run game last night. The superstar in the making. 30 extra base hits on the season.
Gets that one this time. That's an important one. Good speed for Bobby Witt Jr. Not easy to double up. Has rolled into 5 of them, though.
Beltran, Butler, Hosmer, Royals, only 4 in history with a 2-homer game, age 22 or younger, and he just turned 22 this month. The 0-2.
Yeah, he goes to that next level with runners in scoring position, Shohei Ohtani. That slider at 88. He's throwing a couple 82, 83. Looking for the strikeout.
And he gets it. Oh, the heater right by Bobby Witt Jr. out number 1.
Yeah, he had him looking. Slider got the express. 97.
And that
Shohei
is career strikeout number 300 for Ohtani.
Just tied him up inside. Good sound of that mitt.
So another comparison with the Babe, the big Bambino. Only players in history with at least 100 homers and 300 strikeouts. Ohtani and Babe Ruth.
Incredible. Every night we say incredible when it comes to Shohei Ohtani. Trying to be incredible in this inning, get through and put up a 0.
And MJ Melendez wanted 1 catching tonight for KC.
A swing like that on a fastball. Shohei hasn't broke out his splitter yet. Might be splitter time for Ohtani. Going pitch calm. So hard for a base runner. You can see Whit Merrifield trying to time Shohei, but Shohei's patient, holds the baseball. If he doesn't look back there a couple different times, he's going. Shohei stops him so he doesn't get that walking lead and going. Especially with Matt Duffy, he's well off the bag. Lefty at the plate, clear throw for Stassi, but a difficult one with a moving target.
2 on, 1 out, the 2-1 in there, 2-2. What have you noticed? Pitcher like Ohtani and others, runners in scoring position, how they kick it up a gear?
Well, because the focus is that much better, because you know every pitch you throw from the first pitch to when you work ahead, or even if you're behind, is so important. With no one on base, you're more apt to challenge people. Pitch to contact. Shohei doesn't pitch to contact necessarily, because he only had 2 ground balls, double plays turned behind him. He's thinking punch out.
Driven to left field. Marsh is there. Great jump, comes in. Out number 2. Merrifield hustles back into second. Getting used to see Brandon Marsh make tough plays like that look routine.
Good jump, and also playing shallow enough to take away a single. See, I like that approach for a left fielder. I'd rather him take away a single, because more than likely if the baseball's squared up, it's going to be over the wall or against the wall. Take away the single, and that's exactly what he did with that quick jump. Shohei appreciating that good defense.
So 2 outs now. And Hunter Dozier has had a good series so far. Swing and a miss.
By the way, Shohei doing his homework. He knows Hunter Dozier swings at the first pitch.
Right.
So he's not just throwing that first pitch fastball, although he doesn't throw a ton of first pitch fastballs. He remembers that from some swings in this series already for Hunter Dozier.
And we expect to be talking to different members of the 2002 World Series team. Ohtani asking for that to be a strike, and it is. 0-2. Curious to get their reaction on what Shohei Ohtani did last night.
I'm just looking for the reaction, just watching Shohei Ohtani, just in marvel.
Looking to get out of the inning.
Great pitch. Ooh, good take off the plate.
Yep.
It's a hard, tight slider for Shohei. Thought he might have gotten it, especially after you got a batter swinging at the first 2 well out of the strike zone.
He's got the feel for the slider. He struck out with the heater.
I still stay with a slider myself here if I'm Shohei. Just because I think he had a better chance of making some contact with an elevated fastball. Even though it's 98, he's shown that he will chase, and I think he's chasing this slider if it's even close enough to the plate.
The 2-2. That one is in there. So the man who hit 2 3-run homers last night just jumps on the hill and gets out of trouble.
The Halos making a couple of roster moves before the game today. They placed Jimmy Herget on the 15-day IL with a right shoulder impingement. And after the game last night, the team optioned last night's starter Reed Detmers down to AAA Salt Lake. Interim manager Phil Nevin called the roster move a reset for Detmers. He said sometimes things sort of snowball. The confidence wasn't quite where we thought it could be, but he said there's greatness in there. It's just a learning process for him. This will be good for him. You'll see him back. He will make some starts for us. Nevin also said he told Demers last night that the guys you'll be going down to pitch with, they wish they were where you're at right now. So we'll put good people around him, get him better, but no word right now on who will take his spot in the rotation. But the Halos do have some options right now, guys.
Yeah, that spot coming up on Sunday. Erica, let me follow up, ask about Herget. You know, he's pitched a lot last week. He's had 3 games, 7 innings. How serious do they think it is?
They don't think it's very serious, but he did come out of the game last night telling them he had some shoulder soreness. They said it's a little more sore than usual. We're alarmed when anybody says anything like that, when a guy comes in to tell them that. So they're just trying to get out in front of it right now before anything gets worse.
Okay, Erica, thanks very much. More from you throughout the game. Mark, let me ask you about Detmers. You know, one thing that Nevin pointed out is that this has happened to young pitchers, excellent pitchers before. Darryl Kyle, Roy Halladay, examples earlier in their career. How can he learn from something like this?
The thing is, we talked about it last night with Reed. His stuff is there. He's just got to be more consistent with execution of his pitches. And I still believe, I'm going to stick with this, he's got to use that fastball, the lower third, a little bit more so. He runs that fastball upstairs. You use that upstairs, but use the fastball downstairs to set up a changeup, slider, and curveball at that plane. And I think he'll get that option to do that and work on that and get back up here and be even better. Remember, he threw a no-hitter at the major league level, so you know the stuff is there. You know he's incredibly talented.
Yeah, we're wishing Reed the very best, and we'll see him back here really soon. Here's Carlos Santana and Ohtani, his second inning of work. Did pretty good in that first to get out of trouble after a couple of singles back-to-back, first and second, nobody out. And he struck out 2 of the final 3 batters.
So his first pitch, like he does often, big time slow curveball for a strike.
What's the percentage that he will throw that first pitch?
It's pretty high percentage because he has a good feel for it, but also you want to make sure when you throw that, it's not that one that gets a lot of the plate, because hitters are thinking that, and they know the same data.
And he just goes right inside with the heater, and he pitches backwards. Here's a look at this. Minimum 10 starts, lowest percentage of fastballs first pitch. McClanahan, Zimmerman, Ohtani right there, 43.1%.
And you get Patrick Sandoval in there too, but they also use their fastball in those secondary counts, what makes it better. That's a nasty. I thought it was a splitter, but it says a cutter.
Strikes out Santana, his 3rd K. Fooled him.
Real good delivery on that one. Not a lot of spin on that pitch. Out in front after 97.
3 strikeouts in the last 4 batters. Tonight's center fielder Kyle Isbell.
And you're going to see a lot of hitters in this Kansas City lineup, like most. They'll be out there swinging early because they don't want to deal with their secondary pitches of Shohei Ohtani. And that was a nasty splitter. Backdoors, a slider. Unbelievable what Shohei can do. He's got 27 pitches, 14 sliders so far for Shohei. He's been consistent 96, 97 with his fastball. In our Hyundai Key for the game tonight, got a little motley crew. Shohei Ohtani on the mound. Dr. Feelgood. You got to feel good about Shohei Ohtani on the mound when you're trying to break a losing streak, and also feel good about what we saw earlier today, the 2002 World Series champion 20th anniversary. So you feel good about them being here with the presence, but also having Shohei on the bump today.
Feeling good about another strikeout also. Wow, that's 4 out of 5.
That's split. Back-to-back strikeouts on a splitter. Look where it starts. Look where it ends. Incredible. And the way he drives and uses his lower half of his body to create the arm speed to be able to throw all his pitches so effectively. It's not quite Tom Seaver like with the drop and drive as far as the knee hitting the dirt, but he uses his lower half very, very well and drives towards the plate. He's got a long stride towards home for Shohei.
The most incredible baseball player ever. I mean, this is insane what he did last night and what he's able to do on the bump. I refer to him as a unicorn. I didn't believe they existed. Manuel Rivera, Royals third baseman. 1-1 is the count.
Rivera's got some pretty good pop. Well, he's got a swing and miss in his game, but if it's out over the plate, he's got some pop, so it's going to be important for Shohei to hit his spots here.
Swing and a miss. Slider heavy for Shohei early in this game.
Looking at his spin rate on his slider, it's been pretty consistent around 2388 to 2400 range, which is about average. But he creates incredible depth with his slider and his break.
And he strikes out the side. 4 in a row. 5 out of 6. He had 8 RBI, including 2 3-run homers last night. Simply remarkable. At 6:30 p.m., the first 25,000 fans will receive an Ohtani snow globe courtesy of NEC. Visit angels.com/promotions for more Christmas in June details. An Ohtani snow globe, Gooby, Christmas in June coming up. I try to put my outfit together just to keep up with you. And it's going to be, I can't.
Good luck.
But I'm going to try.
No. I'm excited about that, but this even today, I mean, this Scott Spezio's smile on his face, and I think he said it best, seeing his brothers on the field today as if they had not missed 20 years. It's like it was just yesterday they won a World Series. That is what winning and being a teammate is all about. Putting that incredible run together and knowing that you're going to be friends for life.
It was great to hear from him. So happy he's doing well. We saw that defensive play from Carlos Santana. Scott Spezio could pick it and field and defend first base with the best of them. Nicky Lopez leading off. 4 straight strikeouts for Ohtani. 5 in total. Ahead of Lopez, 1-2. It was going so great with Scott, we didn't get to ask him about his thoughts on Ohtani. But we'll get the next guy.
Arguably one of the biggest home runs ever in club history.
I don't think there's an argument on that for sure. Ground ball for Velasquez. And 1 down. Let's go to our Arco top tier play. Gets a nice ground ball, soft contact. But what's been so key about these swing and misses?
Well, his splitter has been great, but he showed enough of his fastball where they have to respect that. His slider's been sharp, but last half inning, his splitter was absolutely unhittable, punching out the side 3 times, swinging on splitters.
7 in a row retired for Shohei. Second time through now. As Merrifield takes a strike. Led off the game with a single. And got no further than second base. Willie Wilson with the Royals record 230 hits. Yeah. Your former teammate.
Willie still had the best line I ever heard, really. It was, you know, they often ask Willie, how come you don't walk? And he goes, well, if God wanted me to walk, I would have been a mailman. He goes, I'm up there swinging. And that's why he had 230 hits, because he was up there hacking.
And he could fly once he got on. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He got him.
Even when you have a flat backup slider, he's got to swing and miss on that one for Shohei. Well, you go back to the start of this game for Shohei, and obviously the delay, it throws your timing off just a bit, gives up 2 hits, but since that point, wow, been dominant.
6 strikeouts already. Talked about it in the open. Angels need a stopper. He's been that guy. Stopped the 14-game losing streak, then a 3-game losing streak.
Well, it doesn't matter what pitch you're going to throw Benintendi. He is up there hacking at the first pitch. Cutter first one. Good idea not to throw that get-over curveball to him with his swing and his swing path. I love that cutter first pitch.
Benintendi singled back in the first, 1 for 1. Here's the 0-1. Didn't have the feel for the split that time.
And when you see his splitter go to that direction, that means he just dropped his wrist enough and he didn't stay on top of the baseball. Usually it's going to go straight down.
Popped up. Taylor Ward camps under that one. So 1, 2, 3 third for Shohei Ohtani. He's starting to get locked in. As the Angels take on the White Sox at 6:30 p.m. First 25,000 fans will receive a player cup set courtesy of Toyota. For more info, visit angels.com/promotions. Get here and you might see a view just like this. I'm sure you will. Warm day today, but man, gorgeous shot right there.
And Shohei Ohtani with his splitter so far tonight. He's got some punch outs with his splitter. His slider has been good. That downward tilt on the splitter, and then the different action with his slider going down and away. Consistency with the slider, nasty with his splitter. Take a look at the spin rate on his compared to his slider at 2435 RPMs. That's about average, slightly above average, but his splitter below average spin rate. So you're not seeing a lot of splinter. The hitters see it and it drops right out of the strike zone.
And as our Blue Moon bright spot will show us the secondary stuff. The last 2 starts, splitter, slider, curve, 57% usage. And how about the hits? Only 1 allowed, 7 Ks, and that whip percentage at 36.
Excellent. Even though as a hitter, okay, I'm sitting, trying to think about sitting, but you can't really sit on those secondary pitches as good as they are because he was touching 100, 101 with his fastball, especially his last start out. Not a lot of run support again so far for Shohei. So he needs to go out and put up those zeros again. 20 sliders so far, 12 four-seamers, curveball, cutter, and splitter, all 4 apiece.
He's retired 9 in a row. And Bobby Witt Jr. had himself a game last night. 3 hits, 4 ribbies. So Carlos Santana and Witt both homered last night. Santana's 36, Witt is 22. So a 14-year age difference. First time in 29 years in Royals history they've had that big of an age difference. Your former teammate George Brett, and he would have been 40. And a 25-year-old, really good rookie,
Kevin Seitzer?
Bob Hamlin.
Bob Hamlin. Hammer.
Yes.
Rookie of the year.
That's right.
Hammer time.
Oh, don't get me started.
He's now a scout now in Major League Baseball.
Oh, good for him.
Rookie of the year, and boy, he could hit it. He looked, he ran, we joke around, he looked like Babe Ruth running around the bases too, because he had that short swing through the baseball and crushed it. Had those short steps like Babe Ruth. We see in all those highlights.
All right, good count here for Witt Jr. 3-1. Nice get over slider right there. 3-2.
You can see him looking. He goes, man, he got me with a fastball last time. Is he going to try to sneak a fastball by me here? Is he going to throw a slider? Is he going to throw a split? Is he going to drop a curveball? That's the thing against Shohei as a hitter, especially because Shohei hides the baseball well. See, that goes right into the glove.
Gets the grip, right? And then does that.
You know, keep in mind, this is a guy that crushed the baseball almost every at-bat last night. 2 punch-outs already. Slider, the depth. We just showed that spin, how consistent that is. Right around 24, 47 RPMs. Just about exactly what we showed a little bit ago as far as consistency as his spin rate on his slider.
Has 7 strikeouts already. He's only faced the Royals once back in 2018. So a lot of these hitters haven't seen him. 99 to Melendez.
Well, there's a big difference between lefties and righties for Melendez. There's a big difference between lefties and righties versus Shohei. That splitter's been a neutralizer so far tonight.
And quickly 0-2, and Shohei warning the Royals dugout.
He is the ultimate gentleman also. He had a line drive into the Angels dugout when he was at the plate. Warned them.
Warns the fans.
Yes.
Just wondering if something's fouled back here. Would he?
Yeah, he'll say, heads up, Patrick.
Doubtful. Looking for another one. 0-2. Drops it in there. Got him looking.
Curveball. He had curved his enthusiasm on that one after a splitter. Drops the curveball in.
That's 8.
That arc he gets on his curveball too. Backdoor is a hitter. Lefty, you're freezing thinking that's out of the strike zone. It drops it right in there. He goes, yep. Good job, Max. Good call.
Career high strikeouts 12 for Ohtani, done twice. Hunter Dozier struck out swinging first time up. Strike 1.
He's sitting there go, that was that one slider I got in my zone and I let it go by. So he's up there. His mentality is he's swinging at anything right now.
Pop up right side, drifting out of play, and it's going to be 0-2 to Dozier, and we'll give you a quick word from the Home Depot.
Know before you go and avoid any curveballs. Use the Home Depot project calculators to know exactly how much you need.
Will Ohtani avoid the curveball?
I think he's going to try to paint a fastball here. Or a split. Wow.
Wanted it, didn't get it.
You know what, to Gabe Morales' credit, he's been pretty consistent, although this looked like a strike to Shohei. It was just a half a baseball off the corner.
So into the game.
He knows the importance of him and dominating on the mound here tonight. This fastball might be about 99 or 100.
The 1-2. And he struck out the side. He's got 9. He's retired 12 in a row.
Locked in with 9 strikeouts, 4 with a slider, 2 with a splitter, 4-seam. I think that cutter actually was a splitter also, and 1 with his curveball. And the thing that's amazing about all these strikeouts, every one of them has at least touched the strike zone except for 1. That's how dominant his stuff has been to this point in the game. He's retired the last 12,
yep.
9 by punch out.
Insane. Incredible. And it was interesting to hear their take, like Darren Erstad and David Eckstein. Those guys would find a way. I mean, Ersty, he's got the Angels record for hits. He's like, I don't know if I want to face him. Eck's like, I try to bunt. That was a great conversation, by the way, with those guys.
That was so cool. By the way, I wouldn't try to bunt against Shohei. He's one of the best fielders I've seen on the mound. Although that's maybe your best chance of making contact is a bunt. But he fields his position exceptionally well.
Carlos Santana is leading off. Shohei Ohtani's got it working, 9 Ks. Can he keep it going? Looking to field his position right there. That would have been on cue.
He moves so well laterally on the mound after he delivers baseball because he lands in a good fielding position. He lands and he's over that front leg. He's lands and he's ready to go right or left every time.
Yeah, I really feel that, national media, they look at Ohtani this year. They're like, oh, he's, he did it last year. And let's talk about somebody else for, MVP, like, Jose Ramirez. And these guys are having great years. But Shohei Ohtani has 15 home runs, and then when he turns around and he takes a hill. He did what he did last night with 2 home runs and 8 RBI. He's doing things that have never been done, and then he takes the hill the very next day and can pitch like this.
Yeah, I mean, that was a taxing night at the plate last night for him. Big moments coming through twice with 3-run home runs, running the bases, sac flies, everything.
Oh, that's a tough play, but McKinnon comes in, makes it 3 unassisted, 1 out here in the 5th.
And you go back to and take a look at why Shohei Ohtani is so good as far as fielding position. He lands, and look where he's at in that fielding position. Right away, he's ready to field the baseball. He's ready to get over that right side. He's ready to have to make his body shift the other way if it's going to be a slow roller to third base side. But he lands in an athletic position because once he releases the baseball, in his mind, he's the 5th infielder.
What do you think qualifies a pitcher to earn a Gold Glove? Are they going to, the voters, they're going to look at the metrics, the amount of plays that are made, fielding percentage?
There's a couple things I think that come into play. Obviously, is if you shut down an opponent's running game, which he does, especially as a right-handed pitcher, he shuts that down completely. But to be able to field your position on a consistent basis and to look at how many baseballs have been hit back at you and how hard they've been hit. But for me, I thought he should have won it last year. But I think because the 6-man rotation, you don't get out there as much as some of the other starting pitchers.
Right. So maybe innings pitched.
By the way, I can't stop talking. After we're having Eck and Ersty in here, I feel like I could pitch right now. I mean, those guys just get you so excited. I mean, their energy. Yeah. I can't slow down, Patty.
Would you love to be teammates with those 2 guys? Those would be perfect teammates for you.
Ersty, that was the very end of my career. He was one of my all-time favorite teammates. I had, George Brett was a teammate.
That's right.
Ersty, those guys, like every game they came to the ballpark, they were saying, we're winning, and I'll do everything to make sure we win today. If it runs through a wall, if it hits a ground ball to the right side of the infield, advance the guy to third base from second, they were going to do it. But Ersty, wow, that's why I joked around. I said, you were the most intense human being. He goes, I was having fun.
He's trying to listen to our interview, by the way. Just that man right there. 2-2. God, that slider is tight tonight. Isbell struck out. He's got 9 Ks on the night. 1 out in the 5th. Career high is 12.
31 sliders thrown, 23 strikes with it.
This is reminiscent of that start in Houston. The slider command. When he could throw it for a strike at any point. Remember the slider he threw to Castro? 2-2. That's in there. He got him. That's 10.
Does he feel it or what? He knew that baseball was a strike out of his hand. You talk about a guy willing this team to give him a chance to win. Backdoor curveball. And I love his reaction. He knew he threw a perfect pitch. And as a hitter, all you can do is track it and think, please don't call that a strike. And Shohei, you might not know many of these players outside of GA and Tim Salmon's seen, or Mike Scioscia from that World Series team, but he could feel that energy here, I feel, tonight. There's something about his energy level even going beyond the normal for Shohei, which is already excellent.
Rivera, his 2nd at bat. He's 0 for 1 with, you guessed it, a strikeout. And to hear David Eckstein say he played to pop the champagne.
Love it.
And for Darren Erstad to say, these kids today wearing the goggles when they celebrate. I wanted to feel the burn. I wanted to earn the burn.
Yeah. That's so weird.
Feeling that
is so him.
That Shohei Ohtani's got both of those guys inside of him.
Yeah. By the way, it does burn. Yeah. Yeah. But it's, you know
are
what?
You saying you wish you had goggles, or saying you wish you had?
No.
That one's in there, 1-2.
That's one of the few sliders that he hasn't thrown effectively, and it backed up and it still freezes him. So, and Shohei is so quick on adjustments. This could be even a nastier one.
So he throws it for a strike, but you say he didn't throw it effectively. How's that?
Because it slipped out of his hand just enough to stay in the inner half.
I see. Pops it up. Playable. Renhefo, McKinnon calls for it. He has it. 15 in a row. Retired by that man, Shohei Ohtani.
Electric so far tonight. Anywhere between 83 and 88 miles an hour. Upper part of the strike zone, going down and away, just below the strike zone against some very hot hitters tonight for Kansas City. But the slider has been incredibly effective. Take a look at our Home Depot getting more done as far as the slider use. The first 5 innings, 34 sliders he has thrown, 24 for strikes, 5 swing and misses, and 4 strikeouts with his slider so far tonight.
Where do you rank this game so far from what we've seen? I know we're only, into the 6th inning, but he's got 10 Ks. He's retired 15 in a row, and he's not walked a single bat.
I mean, the stuff he had down in Houston at Minute Maid Park was off the charts. It's every bit as good, but that was one of the best I've ever seen anyone throw. And he's getting close to that level right here tonight, knowing the importance, what he has to do on the mound. He's been on the bases 3 times tonight, and also on the mound here in the 6th inning after driving in 8 runs yesterday. I mean, it's unbelievable. I love what Ersty and Eck and Shieldsy and John Lackey said. They're like going, wow, this guy is unbelievable what he's doing. Unbelievable.
Got it all working. Only 70 pitches through 5. 2 hits allowed. 10 strikeouts. Career high Ks in a game, 12. Done that twice. Angels have lost the first 2 games of this homestand to Kansas City. It's a 9-game homestand. Tomorrow's an off day. Nicky Lopez trying to find a way to get something going for KC. Number 9 hitter Whit Merrifield on deck, followed by Benintendi. There it is, of course, the curveball, first pitch in there for a strike.
He's dropped that curveball a couple times in the game on the outside part of the plate, anywhere between 72 and 75. The arc he gets on that break of his curveball is outstanding.
And he gets ahead of the batter so quickly and has command of the at-bat. Now it's 0-2.
And that's at 83-mile-an-hour slider. Then he'll throw an 88-mile-an-hour slider to finish off a batter, or he could go to split 88 to 91.
How does a pitcher change the speed that dramatically of one pitch? A slider.
That's why I love to teach young pitchers, especially at even get to the professional or collegiate level of slider, because you can change speeds with that pitch and throw both sides of the plate, change the break on it. It's a very effective pitch to throw. Both sides of the plate, lefties and righties at the dish.
See what he does here, 0-2. Popped up. Duffy. And that's 16 in a row for Ohtani, and we'll give you a quick word from Hyundai.
It's your journey. Own it in the Hyundai Santa Fe.
One nothing Halos here in the top of the 6th. Ohtani directing a little bit of traffic. Oh, what a perfect way to celebrate a birthday here.
That's awesome. Happy birthday.
2 candles, one's out. Little help from Mom. There you go. I hope he wished for an Angels victory. And 2 hits, one by Whit Merrifield to lead off this game. What's it feel like to retire 16 in a row, Gooby?
I was always happy to get 2 in a row.
Oh, what a pitch.
Believe me.
I'm sure you don't know. You don't think about it. You live in the moment. But man, it must feel good.
Then you spot it again. Throw a curveball. He's throwing his curveball a little bit more to right-handed batters. Usually he throws that to lefties. So now he's got a separation of the speed of his breaking pitches between 77 there on that one and 83 to 88 on a slider. We call him the creative one. He pitches backwards so effectively. And then he throws that splitter. That had some bite to it.
It's incredible movement on that split. You can really see the difference in all of his pitches. And he's got the upper 90s velo working too, just in case he needs it. 2-2 to Whit Merrifield coming. The count runs full. So we're approaching. We are in the actual third time through. And look at how the opponent's OPS by times through the order goes down for Shohei Ohtani. On base plus slugging.
And we're living in an era where they usually think third time through, you're out.
Yep.
But he gets better.
3-2. Well, that's going to be a walk. Merrifield battles, hangs in there, lays off some tough pitches, including a nasty split. And that slider right there.
See how close that was. He actually had a couple good takes in that at bat.
He did, yeah.
The splitter was nasty.
I don't know how he held up off that.
Now, Mike Matheny knows it's just a tough night against Shohei Ohtani. Does he put Merrifield on the move knowing that Benintendi swings at the first pitch and generally will make contact on the first pitch? Does he put him on motion here and hope for a ground ball?
And you advised earlier maybe against throwing that get over curveball first pitch to Benintendi.
Yep.
He tries the curveball, just misses. So a few balls in a row going for Ohtani. Snapped a streak of 16 in a row, retired with the Merrifield walk.
Whew, that had some sound in the mitt.
Almost feel like I could hear the baseball just whizzing into the mitt. This serious fuzz. Easy cheese.
Only 2 ground ball double plays turned behind Shohei. Habit number 3.
Well, you ask and you shall receive. Renifo tags one and throws out the other. Good call, partner. Ohtani got exactly what he was looking for. Inning ending. Double play. 1-0 Halos. Ohtani last night and now tonight on the bump. He's such a great hitter. He's really getting locked in at the plate. Phil Nevin has pointed that out. Gooby says he's felt it of late and certainly proved it. And then when he takes the hill, you just get the sense that he's going to dominate every time out. That's the sense I've gotten the last few times we've seen him.
Yeah, he's been patient at the plate, seeing pitches, not chasing, but also on the mound, he's making hitters chase some of his pitches, but he's been working effectively, throwing a lot of strikes. 82 pitches for Shohei so far, 55 of them strikes.
Well, it's a big part of the game. Top 7, Bobby Witt Jr., 22 years old, number 2 overall pick, superstar in the making, potential rookie of the year, 2 homers last year. And he struck out swinging 2 times so far in his 2 plate appearances. 2-0.
Third time through a lineup, Shohei Ohtani, a 174 batting average. We saw that opponent's OPS against him third time through.
That's lifted into right field. And Taylor Ward comes in, and we have 1 down here in the 7th. Let's get to our Carl's Cam replay. And this is really, really cool. Shohei Ohtani, first player ever, 8 RBI as a hitter, and then 10 strikeouts as a pitcher the very next game. So he had 8 ribbies last night, and then he has 10 Ks here tonight. I'd like to give credit to Sarah Langs, who does tremendous work with MLB.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Sarah Langs.
Sarah
she has some
awesome.
of the most amazing stuff and tweets she puts out. Great stuff, and it educates you as a baseball fan.
Right.
Also.
That's hit well. Left field corner from MJ Melendez. He's got pop, as you can see, but
put that in perspective with Shohei. That's incredible.
It is incredible.
That's an amazing statistic by Sarah Langs. What he did swinging the bat in the very next day on the mound.
But I had a feeling that something like this was going to happen. First of all, losing that game it just doesn't happen. It hardly ever happens that a player is going to have 2 homers and 8 RBI and somehow score 11 runs and lose. It's only happened 4 times since 1920. And then he's on the bump, and he wants to take matters into his own hands. He's at 87 pitches. We've got lightning in the sky and lightning in the right arm of number 17 here tonight. Yep. 1-2.
A hard slider upper part of the strike zone. He was able to get Whit Merrifield on a swing and miss on that high slider. Now you think he's got him set up for a splitter.
Hundred. Jinx.
It's all about the Benjamins. Throwing 100. Shohei.
Here's the 2-2. Did he go? No, he did not.
That was a pretty good splitter after 100.
Three-two coming to Melendez.
Wow.
In there, number 11. Got him looking.
That had some bite. Curveball.
And this catches the plate. That's in there.
That's nasty. And that's one of those pitches as a hitter, you're at the mercy of the home plate umpire. There's really not a whole lot you can do to it. That's a little harder than his normal curveball. He's been 72 to 75. That was an 80-mile-an-hour hard biting curveball.
11 strikeouts, 1 off his career high. And Hunter Dozier from the right side. Strike 1. Huh.
Even Hunter Dozier's got to go, yeah, that was a pretty good pitch.
Tremendous location on that slider. Heads up. I know if the World Series trophy was here, Gooby, you would have been Heads up on that one.
I might have wore that one, Patio. That might have been jeopardy. Shohei's going, all right, I'm going to make sure he swings and misses this next one.
1-0 Angels. Top of the 7. 2 outs. The 0-2.
Splitter.
Oh, a kid coming up with a great souvenir. Look at how fired up he is. Oh, man. Oh, great crowd here tonight.
Splitter grip to start with. He'll close the fingers,
and then he'll
if he throws the slider, or keep the splitter grip open. Slider, I'm guessing. Hard slider. Such a perfectionist. He didn't like his release point on that slider. So now he's going to take that little walk around the pitching mound and say, what do I got to do to make that quick adjustment and make my best pitch of the night?
Swing and a miss. That's 12. A dirty dozen for Shohei Ohtani. Ties a career high.
Absolutely dominant performance. Shohei, splitter, Dozier, no chance. Punch out number 12 of the game. Emotions for Shohei. Look at the depth on this slider. It looks like a strike and then goes below the strike zone with that quick late break to that spin. And then a splitter starts the middle part of the plate and well below the strike zone for another punch out for 12 in the game. Let's take a look at his strikeouts and where these pitches are at today. 4 with the slider, 3 splitter, 3 curve, 1 cutter, 1 four-seamer. Every one of those pitches except for 1 have been touching the strike zone. That's how dominant. So 11 of those strikeouts. That one maybe just a little bit off the corner. So basically 10 of the 12 in zone strikeouts, which is outstanding.
Well, he is, in fact, back out there, top 8, leading 3-0. And, of course, starts off with a curveball for a strike. Carlos Santana's 0 for 2. And you mentioned that game we saw earlier this year, April 20th at Houston. He went 6 innings and had the 12 strikeouts.
Wow, that splitter. So curveball, backdoor variety, and a splitter. You're talking about a hitter at the plate that's got a tremendous eye and has throughout his career. Chases that splitter right out of the strike zone.
1 strike away from a career high in strikeouts for Shohei Ohtani. He's at 12.
Came right back with another splitter.
Next pitch is number 100. It's exactly the number he threw 2 starts ago versus Boston.
Shaken off. Looked like Max Stassi was thinking about trying to ride a fastball upstairs, but then Shohei, I think, is settled in and thinking, you know what, I can throw a better splitter. Or we could go backdoor curveball.
There's a ground ball. And, of course, baseball finds it as soon as she comes in. Trying to wade, throws out Santana. Pitch number 166 for strikes.
22 in the first inning, where I think part of the reason the first inning, the timing was thrown off for Shohei, where he gave up the 2 hits to start the game, you remember. But since that point, lights out. Once he got in that rhythm.
Here's Kyle Isbell. He struck out 2 times. 0 for 2.
Shook off to throw him a first pitch splitter.
2-0.
Shohei was liking it, was hoping for that. That looked like it was off the plate, but he's so competitive tonight. Again, Gabe Morales says point, that's off the plate, and it was. He is so locked in this game.
Three 3-0.
He certainly hasn't been helped out a lot when any of these pitches have been called. He's been in the strike zone throughout. It's been that good.
Just one walk in the game. In there, 3-1.
Be nice to have a little get over 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
Well, there's two of us up here. Only one of us knows what it feels like. 3-1. A little ground ball. Tyler Wade there. 7 2/3 for Ohtani.
Going back to our Hyundai key to the game today, Dr. Feelgood. You felt good about Shohei Ohtani on the mound tonight, and you're feeling really good at what he's doing so far in 7 2/3 innings of the domination by Shohei Ohtani. Back-to-back ground ball outs for Shohei. 6 outs via the ground ball today.
Twice in his career, Ohtani has gone 8 innings. Does not have a complete game. And he has tied his career high in strikeouts with 12. Sandy Alcantara has the season high with 14. Slider gets it. 0-1.
That splitter is still really good. Wow. At 107th pitch of the night, a splitter that drops like that.
The crowd is starting to get up on their feet. Well,
here they go.
They were.
Here they go. We are.
I mean, it's important to realize what we're seeing here. It's the master at work. 100 right there. Believe it. 0-2 coming. It is in there! A career-high 13 strikeouts for Shohei Ohtani. How about a little Baker's dozen, Shohei?
Absolutely outstanding patio. Shohei, the punch-out tonight.
We're loving it.
A splitter that drops like that.
The crowd is starting to get up on their feet. Well,
here they go.
They were.
Here they go. We are.
I mean, it's important to realize what we're seeing here. It's the master at work. 100 right there. Believe it. 0-2 coming. It is in there! A career-high 13 strikeouts for Shohei Ohtani. How about a little Baker's dozen, Shohei?
Absolutely outstanding patio. Shohei, the punch-out tonight.
We're loving it. That's in the 9th inning. It's a 3-run shot. How about it? Tied it up. 8 RBI was a career high. And then tonight, 13 strikeouts. A career high. Back-to-back nights. Let me think. Who is our Toyota player of the game? Yeah, Shohei Ohtani.
It's impossible to put into perspective what we've seen the last 2 nights from one individual player. To have 8 RBIs, 2 3-run home runs, and then go back out the next night on the mound and strike out a career-high 13 and 8 shutout innings for Shohei Ohtani.
Well, the reason why it's possible to put it in perspective, and I totally get you, is because he's done it. He's done something that no one has ever done before in back-to-back nights right here in front of us.
With all those members of the 2002 World Series Championship Club just looking, going, wow. And this is the reaction by all the guys in the booth thinking, they've never seen anything like that. John Lackey said the baseball, the way it comes out of his hand, it's just, it's indescribable.
What a performance on the hill tonight. Ryan Tepera comes in to try to finish off this victory for the Angels and get Shohei his 6th win on the season. Shohei has dropped his ERA on the season, just a FYI, to 2.90. A sub-3 ERA, came in at 3.28. He now has 90 strikeouts on the season, against 17 walks. Comes out, he's your stopper. And he's got 15 homers and 45 RBIs.
Absolutely incredible. It's a nice split-finger changeup from Ryan Tepera as he tries to close this one out. The importance of being able to finish this one off with a clean 9th inning.
And he does take care of Lopez. The changeup for out number 1.
And Shohei's splitter a little bit harder. But this split finger changeup for Ryan Tepera has that similar type of action to it.
Brings up Whit Merrifield. Royals came in and played pretty well. Some tough games. The first one 6-2. Last night was just an epic game. And I talked to several different players.
How about that, though, for David McKinnon? 2 RBI night, picks up his first career hit. He had a sac fly. Oh, yeah. Solid defense at first.
And we're hoping that Erica will get a chance to speak with David McKinnon on the field as soon as this game goes final. And of course, after an Angels win. Royals in a stretch of playing American League West opponents. They'll head home, take on Oakland, and then Texas for 6. And after an off day for the Angels, they welcome in the Seattle Mariners. We'll see Michael Lorenzen on Friday, Patrick Sandoval on Saturday, and Sunday right now is TBD, Gooby, and that, you know, that's that Detmers right spot. We still don't know, you know, what they're going to do. Maybe call somebody up to make that start as you see the schedule continuing this homestand. And then the Chicago White Sox coming in. Lorenzen and Sandoval, the next 2 starters. You also see Noah Syndergaard and Griffin Canning. Just had to do a double take, make sure that was in fact Thor 1. That's a line drive, but off the end of the bat, Tyler Wade is there for out number 2. Almost did it, but didn't.
That's Thor.
Yeah. But they both sport the headband and the silky blonde locks. That's been fun, especially when the Royal broadcasters first showed up and they saw McKinnon taking batting practice, and they truly didn't understand why Syndergaard was taking BP. He was, no. That's McKinnon. They know who he is now. Andrew Benintendi is last hope here with 2 down in the top of the ninth. And he pops it up. Velasquez is there. And Shohei Ohtani with 13 strikeouts, 8 innings pitched, picks up the win. Light up the halo once again, 5-0. Angels beat the Royals.
What a performance tonight by Shohei Ohtani. Willed the team to victory. Some really good situational hitting, clutch hitting going the other way. Some great base running, but Shohei Ohtani, the story of the game. 8 shutout innings, gave up 2 hits to start the game, and then shut the Royals down completely. This is a team that had 6 home runs in the first 2 games in the series, but Shohei willed the team to victory, stopping another losing streak. And Shohei Ohtani picks up the W again, now 6-4 on the season, 2.90 ERA. Had it working. Touched 100 on 1 pitch, but settled around 97, 99. His slider was unhittable, a splitter. I really liked his curveball today. Separation between 72 and 80 on his curveball. 13 strikeouts, a career high for a guy that had 8 RBIs the night before.
Can we say that this was his best performance that we have seen from him on the hill?
You know, and that Houston performance is still unbelievable tonight, though, and the importance and the need for this win, I think you have to go that route because he was so good tonight.
If you back it up with what we saw from him last night, just simply remarkable. Huge win for the Angels, and a guy getting his first career RBI and base hit. Standing by with Erica Weston.
All right, Patrick, thanks very much. David, your first career hit here in the majors and a pair of RBI to go along with it. I know you have thought about this moment for quite some time. What was it like?
Yeah, I mean, it's surreal. It's still surreal being in front of everyone here and all the Angel Nation. That's a dream come true, getting that hit and getting an RBI too, so it was just awesome.
Could you feel your legs by the time you got to first base?
Oh yeah, I was smiling the whole way, so I mean, I got beat a little bit, but it got through, so it was a hit.
David, we have to ask you about your guy on the mound tonight, Shohei Ohtani. 8 RBI last night, 13 strikeouts in this one tonight. What is it like watching him up close and personal?
Yeah, I think we're just glad he's on our team. We don't got to face him. He's unbelievable. Just watching him hit and watching him pitch it's crazy, you know, that you can be that good at 2 things. So we're all glad he's on our team.
It's truly remarkable. Congratulations on the win and on the night. Thanks for the time.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys.
Erica, David, D-Mac, thank you so very much. An Angels win.
What a night, Patio.
It was incredible.
I mean, we got the World Series trophy in here, too. Mike Scioscia. They were playing some Mike Scioscia-type baseball. The guys here today, and what a fun night it had been the entire night. Finish off with Shohei. Remarkable.
The 2002 World Series champion Angels in the house with the World Series trophy. Brought an energy, brought a vibe, and, of course, some electricity on the bump from Shohei Ohtani. Congrats to David McKinnon. A Halo win. Stick around for our Angels Live post-game show coming up next, and we'll see you on Friday.